and welcome to the Claret and Blue podcast. Out on location, we're in Redditch, Arrow Valley, I think the place is called.
Yeah.
And we found a brick wall to sit on. I don't know what it is. Is it the top of a drain or something? I don't know. Anyway, it's a big, massive lake thing behind us and lots of ducks. We thought we'd have a bit of a catch up, John, because we've not done a podcast since Tuesday, where we've since had the Bayern Munich friendly. We've had links to the Italian left back. Is he Italian?
Yeah,
okay,
he's Italian, yeah.
Italian left back, guess on maybe on loan. McGinn's injury scare not being as scary as we first thought. Like a few things have happened. I've been away to Swansea for a couple of days, so we've not done a podcast. So we thought we'd have a meet and a catch up, and we do a 25-minute ramble, one take hopefully, so no editing for me, so we don't have any transfer lines get spoiled by the podcast later.
Yeah.
How are you, mate? You good?
I'm good. More swans here than in Swansea.
Yeah, we've seen some massive pedalos, are they called?
Yeah, there's a video on that coming soon.
I think we have to do something there.
We haven't done it yet.
No, but we will at some point. Leave a comment down below if you want to see us ride some pedalos on a future episode, because I would certainly be up for that. We're just setting up the camera to record this. We were going to do a walk and talk, and then we thought, no, let's take a load off and sit down. And while we're getting set up, we had a guy come over called Gerard, who was used to work with Bardell, who loves the show. So I started giving him a shout out. Did make a Steven Gerrard joke. Not sure he appreciated it. But here we are.
Lives in Ireland.
Lives in Ireland, yeah. Family in Redditch. Won't give out too much more personal information because he might be recognisable, but that'll do. So where are we at, John? What's the latest? What do you want to talk about first?
Well, it's 1:04 on
what
Saturday.
What a way to say that. Just after 1 o'clock.
Which needs to be, which needs to be said because things move really quickly in the transfer market. But
this will go out this afternoon, but who knows what time.
Villa are expected to sign Mauro Rogerio, I think it is, from Atletico Madrid, left back, Italian, as you say. He's only been there for 12 months. Yeah. And is a very different profile of left back to Ian Maatsen. Yeah. As was Luca Dean in a different way to Rogerio, but you've said before you wanted a more physical or certainly taller fullback than what we've had previously, and he fits that.
Is that when I joked about Dan Burn?
It was, yeah. But we're going to get Rogerio instead. Around £17 million is the deal that we've broadly agreed at this stage, and the player himself should be accepted the terms, and hopefully we'll be getting that one completed, and that would obviously bolster our defence a bit more. I don't think it's completely done, our defence in completion. However, you would say that we have two left backs, we have two left-sided left centre backs, two right-sided centre backs, and even at right back you still have players who, if Cash is injured for a couple of weeks while the window is still open anyway, you still have Bogard who can fill in there, and Lindelof and even Konsu who can fill in there as well. So I don't think it's a disaster if we don't bring in a right back. However, I do think we need one. It's just that we have priorities. Yeah. Instead of that right back, at this minute, and we spoke about that in a previous episode actually. Yeah. The left back's interesting, and I'm glad you started with the most controversial one to begin with, John, because we can't go and not mention the off the pitch stuff, I suppose, and I've got to be really delicate here because it's allegations and nothing's been proven, and I don't want to speculate on something that could be a legal issue and all that kind of stuff. Villa will have done their due diligence around the player and the situation and all that kind of thing, and if they don't see it as an issue, then okay. But that's not to say that what has been alleged. If anyone doesn't know, I'd rather you go and research it rather than make me say it in front of a family park. We haven't done huge amounts of research on that ourselves. No. It's only been a few days since we've been in with the player.
It's not good, is it? It doesn't sound good.
No, I know. Obviously, it's nothing that we would condone, obviously.
As if we have enough to say that.
But equally, we would say that it hasn't been proven. It's only allegations, at least as I'm aware of it. But yeah,
and it makes it sound.
People will know what we're talking about for sure. But equally, it's difficult territory for us to talk about working in the media for sure. You see a lot of different people on social media say lots of different things, but all we can say
we have media law to
uphold.
That
we obviously, again, cannot condone anything that has been brought up in this scandal as such. Yeah. But equally, again, you hope that Villa have done their due diligence on it, and again, that we must say they're only allegations. It's nothing that has been proven, and I haven't seen Italian media, Spanish media, when this story had emerged from one place, I haven't seen anything else on that.
Yeah, and we can't not mention it. But we can't really say anything. But we can't not say nothing, I don't think. So that's that kind of bit parked to one side.
You'd like to think that whatever it is cleared up somehow in the coming days, weeks, or whatever it may be. So Villa fans can be at ease that that's not an issue, that we have to be
because you don't want that baggage.
Exactly
Villa. You
that.
don't have to deal with that from a Villa fan perspective. Who a Villa fan just walked past. So we'll kind of park that to one side. The physical profile of the player, 6'2", is very different to Ian Maatsen. It's something that I think we probably do need, and something we've spoken about a little bit before, earlier in the window, of having a different option. That who starts, Rogerio or Maatsen? No idea. Probably Rogerio, you'd say, potentially. But whoever starts offer two very different things, and that gives Emery different options, which is always key to how we want to play. What happened to Stupinan then? Was there genuine interest there? Or?
No, absolutely. He was the primary target for Villa at left back when when PSG intimated to Villa that they were going to activate Luca Dean's release clause, and that will happen obviously. But for one reason or another, Estepinian hasn't come off. That'll, I'm sure, be more, there'll be more clarity there in the coming days. We know that, of course, Amorim wanted to take a look at him first in pre-season, but I'm still not sure that he'll actually have a future at AC Milan. Whether he gets sold or not later in the window, let's see. But Rogerio, you imagine, would be around the ssimilar sort of price to what Estepinian would have been. He's a younger player than Estepinian. Obviously, hasn't worked with Emery yet, but if he's coming in, Emery will given it the green light, and it will be interesting to see again how that works in our structure. But it's nice, as you say, to have those two options. I do think more than anything else, I just want to see Ian Maatsen kick on next season, and Rogerio for £17 million, and the age that he is, and the quality that he has. Although last season didn't go so well for him at Atletico, he still played a lot of games.
40 odd, wasn't it?
He wasn't warming the bench for half the season or anything like that, or couldn't get a look in. He was playing quite a lot. He played in both. I think started both semi-final games or legs against Arsenal in the Champions League. Still managed to get assists with some deeper crosses from the left flank, similar to what Luca Dean would try and produce for Villa, and did produce. Whereas Maatsen's more of a byline player, combining and causing issues that way. So I'm interested by it. It's not an expensive fee, but we also know that Villa can't be working with £40 million players in each position. So it's pretty modest. Hopefully it's an astute piece of business, and we can judge the player on his footballing ability, and everything else besides that people are talking about is either cleared up or we can get clarity on that.
Can I ask you a question that probably puts you on the spot a little bit? Sorry.
Can you?
Is the personal stuff influencing them losing him? 'Cause he's played a lot of games. I'm not saying he's been a world beater, but has contributed. Only signed a year ago. It's not been a managerial change or anything. So why let him go?
I'm not totally sure, to be honest. But possibly it's just simply because Alex Grimaldo has come in to Atletico, I believe, and that they view would be an upgrade. And as far as I'm aware, they earmarked Rogerio, just kind of get your money back on him, really. And other players as well, to fund money for other players like Romero, for example, they want from Spurs. It's a similar case for other teams as well. You sell off, as it's for Villa, we're trying to sell off a few different players to then bring in. There's only so much amount of money that you can spend, even the top clubs, before you need to shift a bit of deadwood. And if they view that he wasn't the player that they thought they were buying, then I guess that's fair enough. And he played very well for Gasperini at Atalanta, did Rogerio, more so as a wing back, which is interesting. So obviously in that way you expect him to have a good engine, good quality on the ball, and will have tactical discipline as well, working under Simeone, working under Gasperini, now under Emery. So hopefully that transition is going to be as seamless as possible.
Okay, nice. Park him, move on. Let's go to the next one. You mentioned clearing deadwood. Where are we at with Gesson and Bailey?
And again, difficult one for Bailey at the moment because it's 1 PM. This could be announced at any stage. Because as far as I'm aware, there's no issues.
Okay, good. So let's take it as.
When I say I'm as far as I'm aware, again, those things can either change.
Of course, yeah.
But
let's pretend for the next few minutes of the podcast, then he's gone already. Because people listening know he's already gone or he's about to. So let's pretend that it's all going to go through rather than it's going to fall through at the last minute.
Yeah.
It's a fresh start for him. It's still a permanent, as far as we know.
Yes, as far as I'm aware.
So good for Villa as well, and that then is Bailey going enough to trigger us signing someone, or is it Gesson as well, do you think?
I don't know that absolutely in terms of finances. I imagine if Gesson goes, maybe there'd be if he goes on loan, maybe a loan fee, but I don't think he'd be expecting too much money. I think it's more as a collective, can you offload
both their wages to get a higher calibre player?
Because
maybe
Bailey's wages are high for the contribution he gives to the team, or would be giving into the new season, which is nothing because he wouldn't play. So yeah, I would just say that he's still part of the team that helped Villa win the first trophy in 30 years, albeit wasn't a key player in that side. He was part of the team and played a key role in the team that first got in the Champions League. Has absolutely done his bit for me in Claret and Blue, not as consistently as we would have liked him to, but I think if you told me or asked me back in 2022, I think it was, no, 2021, sorry, yeah, would you have signed Leon Bailey again for 25-30 million pounds? I'd say yes.
Would you?
Yeah,
well, that's interesting. I'll be borderline, I think.
Because I think there's a lot of players that you can sign for that amount of money that would give very little. And I know that Leon Bailey had an inconsistent time at Villa, but the one season that he did have, for me, that was worth the money alone.
Yeah, I would say he's had a consistent time at Villa besides the one season. That's the outlier.
I totally understand. Yeah, I agree with that, absolutely. But to have that one season that he did have, if we didn't have Leon Bailey that good, Spurs probably would have finished 3 points, or however many points there were away from us, and finished above it to get in the Champions League. And how would that have then impacted us going forward without that money? Would we have been in a position where we could have strengthened to the point, that
definitely
we did?
Like a sliding doors.
Yeah, would we have had Rashford on loan and Asensio on loan? I don't know, maybe not. To finish in the Europa League, to then win the Europa League. It's all,
everyone does their bit, don't they?
Everyone does their bit.
Along the line.
Yeah, and for the money that we signed Bailey for, I would do that again, because I think, again, you could sign players for £40-50 million and they don't do anything. Like, for example, it's not exactly his fault, but like Kudus, for example, goes to Spurs for a lot of money but gets injured. Kulusevski, I know, different. He had a bit of time at Spurs before that and got injured as well. I know Bailey's had his injury issues as well, but at least he gave us one big season and a bit more around the edges as well, a few different goals. I remember the Man United game that we won 3-1 on Emery's first game and things like that. So
yeah. Gesson's had his chance in pre-season, playing in a different position than we saw him in when he first joined a year ago today. In fact, there's talk this morning of Crystal Palace reigniting their interest on loan maybe this time. Loan again. I'm sure Villa would want a permanent exit. I don't know, maybe Gesson would want a permanent exit as well, maybe, to kind of draw a line under his time at Villa. If it's a loan and he doesn't do well, we're in the same position this time next year and he comes back again. I've kind of let this lean into the Bayern Munich post-match a little bit as well, if you want. Then obviously I was away, so I didn't see it anyway, but he played in that. Villa obviously played in that.
Yeah.
What was that like, and what was he like in that?
He was poor.
I mean, you texted me saying there's basically nothing to talk about, so we've got about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about Gesson in general. I said, and I stand by what I said as well, I wanted to see him have an opportunity, and I'm glad that Emery did give him the opportunity to firstly play in a more central role. So he played up front in the minutes that he got against BG Patham and also Indonesia All-Stars. Then he played more in a kind of a 10 role in a support act to the striker for longer. I think it was about 60 minutes that he played against Bayern, I think, and he was poor. He's clearly lacking confidence, but my question, I guess, is that I don't know what a confident Gesson would look like anyway. Again, we've seen things at Nice, and again, he clearly has.
He looks like such a different player.
He looks like a different player.
Video.
He has an ability, because you don't still get the numbers that he got for Nice in that season, and play to a good level in Ligue 1, even though it's not the best league. Yeah. But lots of players have come from Ligue 1 and done very well in other leagues and whatnot.
The player that we saw
we're not seeing any of that.
For Nice should be, for those that watch, I'm using my hands here, if he's up here for Nice and he's down here for Villa, you'd expect it to be a little bit more balanced. I'm not expecting him to be as good as he was at Nice, because the league is different, but I'm not expecting him to be as bad as he's been for Villa either.
And the issue in pre-season, there was, there's no pressure in pre-season. I know he's trying to play for his place, but even if he doesn't make it,
as well, I suppose, a little bit.
Yeah, true. But even if he doesn't make it at Villa, it's not as if he's like, oh, you're done. Like, you may go to Palace, he may still play in the Premier League. Like, it's not bad. But you're seeing very little at all. That when he receives the ball, it's either a loose touch or a stray pass. Don't get me wrong, there's obviously a few occasions where he'll take it and manage to hold off a player and knock it off. But geez, I mean, bare minimum stuff. Like, when Maggio came on or has come on in different pre-season games, he's shown a lot more than Gesson. Luca Lynch has shown more than Gesson. Brad Bowen showed a lot more than Gesson, and that was the case at the Bayern game yesterday. Villa really struggled. Champions League?
Champion.
Villa.
Made it there yet. West Brom.
When
Where are Villa in the league? It's pre-season, mate, so we haven't started yet.
I've lost the train of thought. Hold on.
That won't have been picked up on the mark, by the way. Some guy just said, where are Villa in the league? Walking past with his top off, and then he said something about West Brom.
Well, it was top off, Dan, but it was some sort of balaclava on his face. So
With the was that the t-shirt?
I think it might be sunburn on his cheeks.
Yeah, maybe.
Cheeks.
Yeah. I'm leaving all this in, by the way. Deal with it.
Yeah. What was the point? Oh yeah, that was the point of the Bayern game, sorry.
I was going to make a terrible analogy then, but I'm not going to do it.
Okay. Villa struggled to create chances with obviously Gesson in the team. And then when Lynch came on, when Brad Burrows came on, easy for me to say, we changed how we played. We were more threatening, and really we should have equalised at the end with Tammy. So yeah, João Gomes, by the way, played very well and scored a really nice goal. Really looking forward to watching him play, and hopefully we'll hit the ground running at the start of the season when it really matters. Yeah. Maybe for a different video now. But
Kamara's played as well, hasn't he?
Kamara started as well.
Yeah.
And those will be the two in the pivot, I assume, that will play most often.
Yeah.
For us, so that was encouraging. We want to see more of that against PSG and Gladbach. Sorry, but yeah, good to see the youngsters making an impact. Gesson, however, he hasn't taken his chance at all.
So Garnacho and McGinn both injured in the last game. McGinn, we worried and speculated about potential season enders and whatnot.
Yeah, I was really worried about that.
Yeah, so was I.
Really
I kind of alluded to, like, you know, I'm very much like, oh, you know, if we lost a few games, there's still lots of games to be played, blah, blah, like, it's never over. If McGinn was out for the season, I'd have been like, yeah, season's over.
I know, I was...
He's that important, and we know that.
I was really scared about it because it was a horrible looking injury.
Nasty, yeah,
and it's obviously, again, very difficult for us to talk about on a podcast because no one knows, not even the Villa medical staff would have known before the scans came back.
Yeah.
So we were all holding our breath. It's not a situation where you could get, a bit of like intel from one specific person who really does know. No one knows until you get the scans back. And obviously, initially they weren't too concerned because there was no obvious signs of ACL, like with Onana, for example. They could identify that pretty much straight away in the World Cup. And it's not always difficult to identify. Sometimes it is, and that, again, if
it's swelling to go down or whatever.
Exactly,
as well.
yeah. And if they had got something back that was worse than what they first feared, then I'd have said, I'm not surprised at all. Like I was. I had a bad night's sleep in that night. I really did. But yeah, managed to firm it up from Villa that it's the first thing that I received back was John should be okay, and I was like,
was that for back you?
yeah, and John will be okay as well. So that was like okay, good. But then you start to work out that actually it's not really an issue there. It's more Villa are just going to monitor him and give him a bit of time to
a bit of rest.
So it's kind of good news it wasn't season ending or anything like that, or 6 months or 7 months, but also that it wasn't even like or they don't think, you know, he's going to be out for a couple of months.
Even like 6 weeks or something would have been bad as well.
If you asked me on that podcast, would you take 5 to 6 weeks? I'd probably I would have.
I
think I would have.
I thought it might be 5 or 6 months. So if it's I'm not going to say as small as 5 or 6 days, but you know, if it's sooner rather than later, and he's back, he plays against Brighton, absolutely fine. I'm not fussed about PSG and Gladbach necessarily.
No.
In terms of McGinn, rushing him back. And
like we want to win, especially PSG. It would be great.
But you want him back for Brighton and Arsenal and Hull and everyone else, don't you? So that's good. Garnacho, did he feature against Bayern, or was he out with?
No, Garnacho didn't feature.
Injury or whatever.
Yeah, which was a nasty one from the Ryan Edwards, the PG Panther player, who just kept fouling our players. It's not on. So it's a shame, really, because he did look off the pace. Garnacho against Patham in the time that he played. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. He was poor. But again, fatigue and lack of fitness, all those things, working with his new teammates, like these things happen. However, when he plays against Brighton, you want to... Sorry, baby, really... Is he alright? Or she alright?
He was really giving it some.
Jeez.
Came out here to get away from crying children.
It's probably the guy that's sunbathing with his ski mask. You want them to be playing as often as possible. You don't really want to be going into the Arsenal or even like the whole game with it being like, okay, well, actually, we still would let him off a little bit because it's only his 4th game, and it's like, well, actually,
no, we need him to be.
We need you to be on it.
Yeah.
But we will give him that leniency as well. I don't want anyone to be saying after even the Arsenal game, oh, Garnacho just isn't at it. Like, that helps no one, and he does need time. But Villarreal also in a position where you don't have Manzambi for the start of the season.
Oh yeah, let's talk about him a little bit. So I saw Jacob tweeted about him having in Spain, I think, with the kind of recovery for the knee injury. And people are going, oh, he's injured. Well, we knew he was injured from the World Cup anyway, right? We just didn't know the severity of it. So seeing he was still recovering wasn't like, oh, this is terrible. Won't play in the Super Cup and might miss the start of the season, I think.
Yeah.
That's the update. Which again, not ideal, but you've signed him hopefully for the next 3 or 4 years. If he misses the first 3 or 4 games, not ideal.
I think it's just, on with it. I think it's just worse because Villa have obviously will now be in a position where at the start of the season against Brighton, right now we have 3 players to fit 3 roles, right?
Unless
Hemmings gets a start, but I think it's unlikely.
No.
Although I wouldn't be absolutely staggered, I must say, because it is Garnacho, Buendia, McGinn. That's all we have.
Alisson
as well. Yeah, Alisson as well. Yeah.
If fit.
Yeah, fit. But and then that rolls into Arsenal. You know, I'm not saying that we're not going to sign anyone before that, but if we do sign another winger, that might be the first game. Arsenal might be the first game. So
it's not ideal for Manzambi's, because he's joined quite early, really, but not had the benefits of being there early. He's not here.
He hasn't had the pre-season as well. So that is a shame.
He might as well be a deadline day signing. Technically, because he might not play till after then anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then he's in late.
He's not in the environment. He's not.
Yeah.
At least he knows where he is, though, in terms of. He's with Villa, he can concentrate on Villa, he can do his analysis or whatever, like his individual. He can do those different things, and obviously he's talking to Unai and the staff as well. So, yeah, it's not ideal, but at the same time, I think it's just exacerbated because of our lack of options.
Yeah, so. And we could have a terrible 5 games and still have a good season, because we did exactly the same last season.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
If that's a bit of a period of bedding in.
We also know that if we do have a bad 5 games, some people will be saying, yeah, but look what happened last season. But I think 80% of the fans will, yeah, but it's different. I do think that's the case. Yeah.
Because there's still so many unknowns with this squad. I don't know where we are for time and how long we've been doing, so I can't see the timer, but...
20 minutes.
Done 20 minutes. Let's do PSG then. You're going over to Salzburg on Monday, hence why we're doing a weekend episode. I might do a Q&A with someone else on Monday, but we'll come to that later. How do you feel about it? Is it excitement? Is it... I'm not going to go as far as apathy, but it's... I spoke with Bardell on his channel last week, and I don't want to repeat potentially a stupid point, because I said glorified pre-season friendly, which is probably the wrong way to phrase it.
Yeah.
My mindset really with it is the timing of it makes it feel like that to me. It's between Bayern and Gladbach, which are both pre-season friendlies, so this has a pre-season vibe about it because we won't have our full strength team available, and neither will they. The Super Cup is important, and it's a big opportunity if you win it, but it's a bit community shield if you lose it. That's a kind of glorified friendly as well. So if this was played in the middle of September or the middle of October, you'd look at it as, oh, that's a proper thing because you're into the season now, like the first rounds of the League Cup and all that kind of stuff. It's a competition, we're rolling in, we've played 6 games in the league, this feels proper. To have it sandwiched between a game in Hong Kong and Germany with no full squads available makes it feel pre-season. So I'm not like, oh, this is exciting, what a brilliant opportunity. I think it'll be a brilliant trip for those that are going. But for those that aren't, obviously I'm still watching, I want us to win, but my feeling towards it is not countdown to the Super Cup, like what an exciting opportunity. It's like, that's our penultimate pre-season game.
I get that. It feels different to me because I'm going. So naturally I'm more, I guess, like invested in it. And I feel like
it's on
excitement.
TNT, isn't it?
I assume so. Last season, Spurs really should have beaten PSG. I think they were winning 2-0 until like the 85th minute or something silly, and then they lost on pens. There's no extra time. Straight into pens.
So I mean, pre-season vibe.
No,
it's not even like a proper.
No, it is pre-season vibes. I do, and I have no shame in saying this. If we do win it, I will be like, oh, this is amazing. Like, but if we lose it, I will just go, oh, that's fun. And that's, I think, how every club would. I actually think that's how Real Madrid would probably feel about it.
Because Bardell's going to it because he didn't go to Istanbul, so when he had the opportunity to go to this, he was a bit like, oh, this is a big thing. And I was like, it is, but it's not the Europa League final. Like, it's a good trip to go to.
Sounds so petty.
No, but do you know what I mean? It's not though, is it? This is the Super Cup final.
Have fun, mate, but
it's not that good, is it? But you can only get in this by winning that. So it has got prestige, but just the way it is in the season makes it feel...
No, it isn't. As you say, we're lacking players. This will be the first game, should they play. Watkins, Martinez, Konsa will have a chance to play now. Just quickly on Maggio, because this caused some sort of talking point, should we say, understandably. So Maggio was registered on... Sorry, Villa were told that they can register Maggio on Tuesday, just gone.
As you called.
Yeah, that was also the deadline, or Tuesday night at 11:59, I think it was. That was also the deadline for them to submit their squad.
Okay.
The list A squad to UEFA for the Super Cup, and they've done that. And that excludes players in there like Manzambi, Luca Dean, for different reasons, Bailey as well. Maggio isn't in that team yet. Okay. Now, Villa can make alterations or amendments to that list A team by the end of play Tuesday, so 11:59 on Tuesday. So that they can bring Maggio in, I think, as long as that registration is complete. I don't know how long the registration for Maggio it takes, and I don't know if that's also the reason why. There could be two reasons. Maybe the registration takes a couple of days. I've tried to firm it up, but I haven't got anywhere with it just yet. Or maybe it's a situation that Villa simply submitted their squad before getting the green light that Maggio's now registered, and now they're going to put him in. I don't know. Let's see. As of yet, the website at least, and someone at UEFA says that hasn't been done, but maybe that will change like now or in a few days. So hopefully we'll be able to tell you that. It'd be mad if Maggio can't play again, unless it's a reason that we don't know of. For example, that really scared me then. I've got a mic, I thought, what is that?
You got a bug on me.
Yeah, for example, if it is a registration thing, that will become clear. But then just to clarify something else as well, the List B squad, because I think a lot of people said, oh, just be on List B, it's fine. He can't be on List B because you need to have played for the club or been eligible to play for the club for 2 years. And obviously he only joined in January and wasn't even allowed to play then anyway. So he has to be in the List A. Hopefully he can be brought in, and we will tell you that, I hope, before he's in the, on the bench or he's starting or something. But if he is, that's the reason why, is that he would have been added.
Yeah. If he's doing the warm up and you say he's been registered, it's all right, John, leave it. We can see like he's warming up.
Yeah.
If you can know beforehand, that'd be nice. I've been out of the loop for a few days. I've had my phone, but I was what's your screen time like? So you use your phone for work and stuff.
I don't know. I've never really
looked. Okay,
no.
well,
you have the app, don't you? You said it tells you how many minutes or an hour.
Yeah, everyone can do it. It's on the settings.
Okay. I'm going to do it now. But
get it out now.
What's your screen time?
So I can talk about it while you find it. So go settings, it'll be screen time, and it'll have like a daily average and stuff.
Okay.
So mine, when I'm using it for work and Spotify, like maps in your car and stuff, that'll boost it up. So my usual day is like 8 or 9 hours or something like that.
Your daily average is 8 hours?
I haven't got it to check, which it's quite a lot, yeah. What's yours?
Just under 5.
5, okay, maybe my average isn't 8 then, but I've had 8-hour days.
I'm on my phone quite a lot for different reasons.
When I was away, I was on my phone for 59 minutes on one of the days, so I was like, I just put it away, didn't touch it. So I've been on it a bit, but I've been mostly out of the loop, which is a long-winded way of saying, are we done?
Oh, okay.
Have I missed anything else that we need to talk
it's a
about?
very long way.
Or is that the outro?
I think so. I think that's pretty much everything. Just on that, there was a boxer, and I forgot.
I'll quickly check it. You carry on.
Okay, there was a boxer, and I forgot his name now. It will come to me in a sec, which is poor. I can't believe I've forgotten it. And he was on a podcast with Jake Humphrey, the high performance guys.
I saw a clip of this.
Yeah, and he got his phone out. Yeah. Now I think that's completely staged.
You think?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Is it Daniel Dubois?
Yeah, Dubois. Yeah.
So he had a little flip phone.
He gets a phone call and he just whacks it out.
He goes straight like, yeah, I'm on it now.
Yeah, I'm on it now. All right, okay. Oh, is that your phone? And he was like, oh yeah, I don't carry iPhones because it stops distractions. Well, that's ironic because it's just distracted you for a start. And then secondly, it just felt so staged to have been like a... Do you know what I mean?
I agree. My daily average this week...
Why would you phone him and ask the first question? Are you on that podcast? Yeah, I am.
He answered it straight away. He answered it straight away and said, I'm already on it.
Maybe just don't phone him.
Yeah, exactly. My daily average of the last week is 4 hours 41. But that includes those low days.
So that's something. Mine was 4 hours 50.
On Monday, I had 8 hours.
Why again?
I think I was in the car as well. Tuesday, 7
Oh,
hours.
because of Google Maps, so that's like literally like 2 hours of...
Yeah. So like Thursday, it was actually 2 hours in the end, but at one point it was 59 minutes. Scrap that then. But I'm back now, 5 hours yesterday. So I'm back in the phone.
So we have a very similar average.
Yeah, but we use our phones for work, don't we? Like, think about WhatsApp and all that kind of stuff for Slack and Gmail. And I do have a laptop if work is listening, but I'm not always doing my work on my phone out on the move. I swear. But yeah, I think we're done. Done half an hour or so. Obviously, we're doing this. It's now what, 1:30? Don't know what at your phone. Mine's there.
1:32.
1:30. So everything is valid as of now. If things change, things change. But this is where we're at, the kind of state of play.
And it'll be a busy. We didn't talk about Palinja, but.
Oh, go on.
Damien's said on. It's not like new news or anything, but he just said that we're still in talks with Bayern for Palinja. So.
Okay, said that to you?
No, not to me. To build.
Okay.
In the media to build, and that's the thing. We've said before that Villa are still interested in him,
and they want to get rid of him, but maybe he doesn't want Villa.
I think maybe he was just keeping his options open, should we say, rather than diving into something. But I don't need to go on about him, but I think it would be a player that would be useful for us for sure.
Yeah.
I also have a shout out.
Go on then, do your shout out.
Not to Palinja, but this is
shout out Damien.
My partner's dad, Eusebio. Is
that your name?
Eusebio, yeah, very cool,
Class.
isn't it? Very cool,
class.
Yeah, very cool.
Not the Eusebio.
Well, no, he's not the Eusebio. I do have it somewhere, so I'm going to have to check it now. Here we go. Right, so shout out to James Fotheringham, who knows Eusebio, and did some work at his house, and is obviously a Villa fan and a fan of the podcast as well, so
nice.
that's always nice. He actually meets quite a lot of people through his work that follow the pod and stuff, and we've had several people come past us here, and
somebody walked past for a while then and was staring for a while.
I think they thought, and if that was you and you know it's you, sorry we didn't.
I was mid-point.
We were mid-flow.
Yeah, I did think about saying, yeah, it is us. Then I thought, well, you might not know who we are.
I was just looking at the swans, mate.
Just wondering if you got a permit for that camera, actually.
Yeah. Shout out to James Fotheringham, thanks for the support.
Shout out to Eusebio as well. What a great revelation that is. If you enjoyed this little ramble, then do let us know. Share your thoughts on the different things we discussed as well, where Villa are at, heading into a busy final few weeks ahead of the new season and the end of the transfer window. You're off to Salzburg on Monday. So I'll do a Q&A at some point, I think.
I'm back on Saturday.
Mailbag. Gladbach in Germany on Saturday. So we'll probably link up at some point between those, I'd have thought. We'll cover PSG with a post-match and stuff, I'd imagine.
Might be like an airport job or something.
The week after that is our live show. So if you want to get tickets for that, they're still available. We've sold 220 odd, I think.
Wednesday the 19th.
Approaching
and they are free.
Yeah, approaching the capacity for that.
You just need to buy one.
Live tickets for free in the link down below, Wednesday the 19th of August at Herbert's Yard in Longbridge. Lovely little venue, so we'll have a big pre-season preview there. There's plenty of content coming up, and obviously we'll cover breaking news, transfers, players coming, players going, etc. as we always would as we build up to the new season. Duck's giving it some. If you enjoyed this, let us know. If you want us to do the pedalo thing, comment that as well, that'd be nice. But maybe do a bit of a straw poll.
We're going to do it anyway.
We probably will do it anyway, yeah, good point. Anyway, that'll do. Thanks for watching or listening to this episode of Claret and Blue, and we'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Oh, my arse is so numb.
Yeah, I'm on.
God.